we'd like to welcome Assistant Director of Building Services at Georgia College.
Good afternoon, everyone. Late afternoon, almost early evening here from John Kurtz Field on Georgia College's beautiful West Campus. It's time once again for Bobcat Baseball on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Should have a good one for you today. Non-conference, actually. It's even actually out of the NCAA Division II as we take on the NAIA's Middle Georgia State University. 23-7 overall. For Georgia College, it's a 15-12 mark coming into today's contest. And we'll get right into the starting lineup for the Middle Georgia Knights. Going to be Trenton Nash, the second baseman, to lead off, followed by Robbie Hanlon, the third. He plays first base. The third baseman, Blake Jackson, hits third. Behind him is Zach Cornell, the left fielder. MJ Rookard, center fielder, hits fifth, and the sixth slot belongs to the DH, Gunnar Sellers. Dayton Beasley after him. He'll catch. Then Jacob Durant, the shortstop, and the ninth slot belongs to Bucky McGlamry, the right fielder. Dalton Rentz will do the pitching for Middle Georgia. We'll tell you about him when he takes to the mound. And for Georgia College, it is Josh Hudgens, the freshman, making his first career start. And he's appearing in his third ball game. Hudgens, of course, the younger brother of Will Hudgens, who was playing the DH slot for us today. So one brother hitting for another today. Hudgens, fourth appearance actually, no record, 13.50 the ERA. 2 innings pitched, 3 hits against him. 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .375 against the freshman. Hudgens comes in at 6 foot 205 from Dunwoody, Georgia, and Dunwoody High School. True freshman. No red shirt for him. Has missed the first couple weeks of the season and then has cracked the rotation here for midweek. Good to see him get the shot against the NAIA school here in Middle Georgia State. Of course, the battle for Route 49. As just a quick trip, about 40-45 minutes between here and Macon. And Hudgens and the Bobcats will take on the Knights. Defensively for Georgia College, got Garrett Green at third base. The shortstop is Jason Cook. Cal Gentry at second. Over at first base is senior Eric Furphy. First time we've seen him patrol in first base. Howell behind the plate. Left to right in the outfield, going to be a senior Shane Conahan, the freshman Cam Hill in center, and another senior in right in Wesley Womack. Cam Hill in center is the Peach Belt Conference Freshman of the Week this week. Congratulations to Cam on that honor. The second time that he has taken that award this season. So Trenton Nash will get things started for the Knights. Nash, a .333 batting average. He's playing and starting in his 31st ball game. So he's played and started every contest this year. 39 hits, 34 runs scored, 3 home runs, and 17 RBI. First pitch is out of the zone. Nash starts off with a ball. Breezy night here at John Kurtz Field. Making the mid-60s temperature feel a little bit cooler than that as it's a 2-0 count here. Hudgens working from the stretch from the very start. Told we're going to break up the game a bit today pitching-wise. Up and in, and that's 3-0. So unless Hudgens is going gangbusters, then we're going to see quite a few arms today. As we've already got one warming up, that's Bradley Kamak down there. Probably just some midweek work for our Friday night starter. 3-0, and that grabs the outside black for a strike. Going to be 3-1. Trenton Nash, followed by Robbie Hanlon III. Wide open stance for Nash. He's on the back chalk there at the plate. Here it comes, inside, ball 4. So Nash works himself a leadoff walk to start the contest. Got a couple things going on here at Kurtz Field tonight. Got the Spring Fling, which is University President Dr. Steve Dorman's annual picnic for faculty and staff out here at a ball game. So we appreciate the support from our faculty and staff today. And we've also got Zeta Tau Alpha sorority here in attendance with some fundraising and efforts that way for breast cancer awareness. So pitch up high for Hanlon. This is Robbie Hanlon the third, 306 batting average, 30 hits, 31 runs scored. He's got 5 doubles, a triple, a pair of home runs, and he's driven in 25. That 25 RBIs appears to be third. Check that, fourth on the squad. Pitch taken for a strike. 317, the batting average for the Knights. The ERA is at 5.10. To give you comparison points, we hit 316, so just a point lower, but the team ERA is at 4.42. So it looks like we'll have an edge in the pitching game. Defensively, Middle Georgia a 9.64 fielding percentage, and for Georgia College a 9.48. So the Knights a little bit better in that department. So pretty evenly matched up here across the board as far as numbers go. 1-2 the count here for Robbie Hanlon. Again on the back chalk, this time from the left side. This one light up the middle there. Just a little excuse me kind of swing. Didn't really get all into it, and sends it rolling through the middle. First hit of the ball game, and it goes the way of Middle Georgia here in the top of the first. First and second with nobody out for Blake Jackson, the third baseman. Jackson, 340 batting average with 34 hits and a team-high 40 runs scored. He's got 6 doubles, a triple, and 9 driven in with 38 RBI, so he leads the squad in that category as well. 9 home runs and 38 runs batted in. Both of those categories he leads. He leads in runs scored with 40. And the 34 hits appears to be third on the team. So Jackson, a good one here, and he takes the first pitch. Bailey, where'd that go there? Ball? Okay, going to miss the zone. So Hudgens out of the team meeting. Misses the zone once again, and that's going to get the bullpen stirring a bit. Josh Hudgens comes set, fires a fastball. 1 hopper, 2 hopper over to Cook. The second on to first for 2, double play. Cook to Gentry to Furphy. And we got a pair of outs now.
Up to bat number 29, left fielder Zach Cornell.
Two down, and now it's going to be Zach Cornell, the left fielder, up. Another lefty batter as they alternate lefty-righty here for the first 4 slots in the order. And he jumps all over this first pitch, drops it into right field, a 2-out single, and Middle Georgia is on the board, 1-0. So a clutch hit out of the cleanup guy, and Zach Cornell drives in his 28th run of the season with 2 outs here in the first. MJ Rookard, the center fielder, bats now. He's a 400 hitter. That leads the team. 34 hits, 23 runs scored. He's got 4 home runs and 30 driven in. Rookard takes a look at one, misses low. Top half of the first inning, and the Knights are on the board. Josh Hudgens trying to keep them right there. Rookard, the center fielder, another lefty batter, and takes a look at one low. So of their top 5 hitters, 3 of them have been slugging from the left side. So Rookard taking a look here at a 2-0 pitch, fouls it back to the fence. Got just underneath that pitch on the top half of the zone. Bobcats have a lefty warming up. It's just early going as no catcher involved yet. So Colin Licurdo and Brad Spinner throwing back and forth. Hudgens with a long look in. Checks the runner at first. And a 2-1 on the way with a breaking pitch there, and it stays outside. Ask the coaching staff for the pitching list for Hudgens. He's got a fastball, slider, changeup. Pretty even between those three pitches as far as quality goes. Fastball will top out between 86 and 90. 2-2 pitch. Deuce is wild here, and it misses outside. I think that was the slider there. Couldn't get it to slide. Sort of squirted out of the side of the hand of Hudgens. And the count runs full now, as Colin Licurdo is the first to warm up with a catcher. Time called, I believe, at the plate there. Crowd's starting to file in here now as folks are getting out of work over on campus to come over and enjoy the picnic and enjoy the ball game. Runner goes, and it misses outside for ball 4. Tried that slider on a 3-2.
Up to bat, number 27, designated hitter Gunnar Sellers.
Second walk of the relief outing, or the start here for Hudgens. And it puts runners on first and second with 2 outs for Gunnar Sellers, a designated hitter. Sellers, .315 batting average, 17 hits, 10 runs scored, and 14 RBI for him. Not much in the way of extra base hits, just a couple of doubles to show there of his 17 knocks. Skies this one to the right side. Wesley Womack toward the foul line, and he grabs it just barely in fair territory for out number 3. So, Middle Georgia picks up a run on a pair of hits. They leave 2 out there. Let's head to the bottom of the first. It is Knights 1 and Bobcats coming up. We'll be right back.
Technologies, careers, society. It is impossible to predict the future. The jobs of tomorrow may not even exist today. At Georgia College, you will learn to be a critical thinker, to develop new ideas and out-of-the-box solutions, because those are the kind of lifelong skills you'll need in a rapidly changing world. The way we see it, it's not really about what you know. It's about how you think. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
As we move on to the bottom half of the first inning, starting lineup for Georgia College, the center fielder, the freshman Cam Hill to lead off, followed by the sophomore Austin Holloway, the catcher. Cal Gentry hits third. He'll play second base. The cleanup spot belongs to Wesley Womack, the right fielder. Garrett Green hits fifth, plays third. Batting sixth is team home run leader with 4. Will Hudgens, the designated hitter. Eric Furphy, the first baseman, after him. 8th slot belongs to Shane Conahan, the left fielder. And then Jason Cook will bat ninth and play short. They are all taking on Dalton Rentz, the right-hander. Rentz making his 7th appearance in his second start. He's got a 2-0 record with a 6.23 ERA. 13 innings pitched, 12 hits against him, 9 runs, all of them earned. 8 walks and 6 strikeouts, so it looks like the Bobcats might want to be patient today against the righty. He's got a .261 opponent batting average. And let's see here. I don't know all the details on Rentz. He wasn't on the roster that I was given earlier this week as a travel roster. So, yeah, so making his 7th appearance is Rentz here with that 2-0 record and 6.23. So he will start with Cam Hill, the freshman, .337 average, 29 hits, 24 runs scored. That's second on the team. He's got 4 doubles and 17 runs batted in. On-base percentage of .423. That is third on the team, behind Holloway and Gentry. So Hill takes a look at a first pitch, poured in there for a strike. Cam Hill, the freshman, been patrolling center field just about every ball game this year. He's made 25 starts now. Cook had a couple of starts in center. I think Conahan got one there too. But it's been Hill for the majority of the season. When hitting as a leadoff hitter, Cam Hill is 12 for 29 in reaching the base paths. That's a .414 on-base percentage as a leadoff guy, but he's got a 1-2 count here. Got to battle back. Holloway on deck. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, lifted up the middle. Could be trouble. Left fielder, it's fading his direction and getting underneath it. Hung up just long enough for Cornell to run underneath it to grab it for out number one. I thought for a moment it might drop between Cornell, Rookard, and Durant, the shortstop. But it was just fading away off the bat of the lefty toward that left fielder. Had some curl motion to it, and he was able to get to it. So one down for Austin Holloway, the team leader in batting average now at .468. He's got 36 hits and 14 runs, 5 doubles, and 16 runs batted in. There's a pitch on the outside, black for a strike. So Rent's already working ahead of these first two hitters of the ballgame. You see the difference between Rentz and Hudgens so far, as Hudgens had fallen behind the hitters in the top half of this inning. Oh, one pitch. Came back inside and just missed him. Almost hit the batter, but Holloway hangs in there. Austin has been a stud, particularly as of late. Last 10 ball games for the catcher, .476 leads the team. He's got 20 hits in the last 10 games. Skied to center, and that's going to hang up there as well. Rookard fading to left center to grab it, and that's 2 down on a couple of flyouts. Bobcats must be dropping the back shoulder here a little bit. Good contact there. Went a long ways, but just got underneath it. So 2 quick outs for Cal Gentry. And Gentry will step in with a .422 average as he takes a ball. 46 hits for him, 25 runs scored. He's got a pair of home runs and 15 RBI. Those 2 home runs both came in the same ball game last Wednesday at Mount Olive. I'd say at Mount Olive. It was a neutral site, actually. We were playing in Lexington, South Carolina. The toss here to Gentry. Misses up and in. And he's looking at a 3-0 count. Here it comes, and that'll miss ball 4. 4-pitch walk for the Bobcats second baseman.
Up to bat, number 12, right fielder Wesley Womack.
So the walk did some damage for Middle Georgia in the top half as it eventually came in to score. We'll see what happens for GC on a 2-out walk. The one for the Knights was a leadoff walk. It's a little different animal. Wesley Womack at the plate, .351 the average, 26 hits with 13 runs scored, a pair of home runs and 11 driven in. He skies this one to the left side. Shallow left field, going to be the shortstop tracking that one down. That is Durant gloving it for out number 3. So we got one in the books, folks, and the Bobcats trail it 1-0. We'll head to the second. You listen to Georgia College Baseball on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. All right, fans, moving on to the top of the second inning. Got Josh Hudgens still out there for inning number 2 for GC, and he's going to be taking on 7, 8, 9 here. As it'll be Dayton Beasley, the catcher, to lead off, followed by Durant and McGlamry. Beasley takes a strike. He's the catcher today for Middle Georgia. .282 batting average. He's got 11 hits, 5 runs scored. A couple of home runs and 7 RBI. So 11 hits with 2 home runs and 6 doubles. So 6 of his 11 hits going for extra bases. Good stuff. That'll get the old slugging percentage up there. I was talking with him before the game. Did not realize it at the time, but I was getting his teammates' pronunciations from him. So thank you, Mr. Beasley, for helping me get settled in here in today's ball game. Set here, and a 1-2 on the way. Just missed outside. I think Beasley thought he was done. He took about a step and a half toward the dugout, as he thought that might have been strike 3, but instead it's a 2-2 count. Dayton Beasley swings on this one. Skied into shallow center. Cook has a beat on it. Settles underneath for out number 1. 1 down for the shortstop, Jacob Durant. Durant has got 31 hits with 26 runs scored, a home run, and 20 RBI for him. Middle Georgia leading this 1-0. Got a walk and then a pair of singles to bring in the run in the first. Pitch taken for a strike. Durant, shortstop. 8-hitter in this Middle Georgia lineup. Slices that one foul back to the softball field over to the right side. Head coach for the Knights is Paul Knight. That's fun. You know, it's not like we have Jason Bobcat coaching our team, you know. He's a 94 grad out of Methodist. He's in his 6th season for Middle Georgia State. I know they were at one point looking at maybe a move to Division II. That might still be in the cards for the Knights. 0-2 pitch. Didn't miss by much. Almost pulled it back into zone, did Holloway, but it's going to be 1-2. Hudgens still working from the set there. Bobcats have 2 guys in the pen. Spinner's a spectator, and Lacurdo doing some long toss. Lights are on here at Kurtz Field. Haven't taken effect yet, as we still got a little bit of sunlight left. And there's a called strike 3. Got him on the inside half. It's the first strikeout of the ball game for either side.
Up to bat number 5, right fielder Buck McGlamry.
And it's the second out here in the second. So now the right fielder, Bucky McGlamry, has 24 hits and 23 runs scored with a couple of home runs, 12 RBI. That's hit to the right side. Gentry comes up with it, fires him out at first for out number 3. So 1-2-3. Go the Knights in the second. That's a little more like it. Let's head to the bottom half and see if we can get some runs. Green, Hudgens, and Furphy do up. We'll be right back with more on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
We are just getting started here at John Kurtz Field. Bottom half of the second. Garrett Green at the plate. Bobcat third baseman is playing and starting his 28th ball game. Every contest for him. There are just two in the starting lineup. Going to be Green and Gentry, the only pair that have started every ball game this season. Green takes a look at another, misses inside, so he's got one of each now. Garrett Green, 35 hits, 20 runs scored. He's hitting .330, 6 doubles and 17 runs batted in. Bounces low and away. And a 2-1 count here for the senior. GC baseball. Swung on, skied to left center. We're getting underneath everything here tonight. Again, a long way to go. And that is Rookard grabbing that a couple of steps shy of the track for out number one. All 4 outs so far for the Bobcats have been flyouts to the outfield. Got 2 to left field. Actually, wait, that was a shortstop, but he was in shallow left. So we got 2 to center now, 1 to left and 1 to short. Will Hudgens at the plate, the senior designated hitter. Older brother of our pitcher today, Josh Hudgens. Takes a fastball up to start off. Hudgens, 266 the average. He's got 17 hits, 10 runs scored, a team high 4 home runs, and 18 runs batted in. Tip foul there at the plate. As Hudgens, with bad intentions on just about every swing up there. He does not get cheated on his cuts. Just about swinging himself out of his shoes. Eric Furphy on deck, another senior, getting some extra midweek playing time. I don't believe I've seen him play at first base before, so it'll be interesting to see what Furphy can do over there. That one tipped foul, and it caroms back to the fence. 1-2 the count here for Hudgens. Hudgens in a tough spot here. He has been prone to the strikeout here this season. Got to shorten things up. Pitch outside. Try to get him a fish for that one, and it's going to even out things at 2-2. 2-2 is chopped up over the head of the third baseman, and Jackson not able to get to that one. Hudgens going to try and go for second, and the throw beat him, but the tag not applied there by Nash as he couldn't hang on to the baseball, so that's going to be a double for Hudgens. The throw beat him by a little bit. If Hudgens or Nash is able to squeeze and tag, I think Hudgens is out there as he tried to get a little greedy. But the double for Will is his third of the season. And he checks into second base with 1 down for Eric Furphy. Furphy, 231 the batting average. He's got 6 hits, 5 runs scored, and 2 driven in. Got a chance to get his third right here. Delivery there is fouled back to the right side. Dalton Rent still on the hill for the Knights. Furphy back in there. And an 0-1 delivery is due. Here it comes. Chopped off his foot there, so going to be a foul ball even though it went into fair territory. Furphy with that protective gear on the front foot, so he's apparently doing just fine. His cleats have some sort of interesting pattern on them. I'm not sure. They got some color to them. Not the same ones that I see on anybody else there. Looks like it got some sort of, there's like a brown and maybe a blackish type of, almost looks like a camo pattern to them. Interesting. 0-2 is hit well to left. That could be trouble. Yep. Going to be caught there by the left fielder, though. Nicely done as he leapt to grab that one. Cornell saved a double, saved a run with a leaping grab and left.
Number 2 left fielder Shane Conahan.
Furphy hit that one right on the screws, but just not quite enough to get it up over the head of Cornell. Nice catch. Probably best defensive play of the ball game here so far. And that brings up Shane Conahan, the left fielder. Try to get a clutch hit out of the senior here. Excuse me. Conahan, .311 batting average, got 14 hits with 10 runs scored. 6 RBI. Fouled off by the senior. Pennsylvania native. Comes to Milledgeville by way of Elon College. Actually, it's Elon University now. The Phoenix Division I program in North Carolina, right, Will? Yeah. I believe that's a liberal arts message there as well. So one liberal arts school to another. This is ripped to right. Gets down for a hit. Run comes in to score as Conahan squares that one right up. The 2-out knock brings in a run. And we're all knotted up here at 1 in the bottom of the second. Conahan's 7th RBI of the season. It's the second hit of the game for GC. And we got mirror image on the board here. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors for both squads. Jason Cook at the plate. Cook is a .270 batting average with 27 hits, 19 runs scored, and 12 runs batted in. First pitch missed to him. Cook started in the outfield at the beginning of the season, made the move to shortstop when we went through our defensive reshuffle in the second weekend of the year. This is hit well. That's going to get down and rattle around in the corner. Could be extra bases. Conahan going to try and make a move toward the plate. He's got his burners on, and no throw will come in. He will come in standing. Shane Conahan scores the game's go-ahead run here in the bottom of the second. It's 2-1 Bobcats. Cook jumps all over that pitch and yanks it down into the corner. That is his 3rd double of the year, and now he's up to 13 RBI on the season. And we'll flip back to the top of the order in Cam Hill. Hill flew out to left in his first at bat. Freshman from Marietta, Georgia. And Marietta high. Tip foul there at the plate. 0-1. So a little bit of 2-out magic for the Cats here. Got 1 out, then a double, another out, and a back-to-back, a single and a double. We plated 2 runs here. And with this runner in scoring position, another hit could bring another in. Looked like a curveball there that stayed outside on Hill, and it's 1-1. Cam Hill, Peach Belt Freshman of the Week this week. The second time this season for the rookie from Marietta. Comes inside with a fastball there and a little bit too far inside, 2-1. Cook gets his lead off at second. The 2-1 tip foul back to the fence. Deuces Wild here at John Kurtz Field in the bottom of the second with a 2-2 count. Hill with a slightly open stance there at the plate. And here comes the 2-2 to him. Swung on and pulled through the right side. Yes, it is. Here comes Cook in to score. The throw will get cut off. Nope, it gets through the cutoff man and all the way to the back to the fence. So we'll get a hit and an error on that one, as the Bobcats are now in business with a 3-1 score. All right, so we're going to put the error on the right fielder. That's McGlamry. So we'll get the single. We'll get the RBI for Hill. And the advance to second on the throwing error. Cook comes in to score. Bobcats are up 3-0, or 3-1, should say. The RBI for Hill puts him at 17 on the season. And that's going to earn you a conversation with the pitching coach for Middle Georgia. Conversation over with, and now it's time to get back to the plate. It's going to be Austin Holloway, the Bobcat catcher and leading batting average guy on the squad. He flew out to center, though, so 0 for 1 today is the sophomore from Social Circle. Eastside High School grad. Holloway, I think, has a real bright future. I think he's got all-conference honors at the very least in his future. He's just a very good hitting catcher, runs well. And here's a hit through the left side. Might have to hold up the runner here. No, Hill going to try and make a move to the plate. The throw is in plenty of time. They got Hill at the plate for out number 3. Bobcats pick up 3 in the second, though, and take over the ball game, leading 3-1 now after 2. We'll be right back.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Codify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can.
Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Top half of the third inning here, John Kurtz Field, as the Bobcats lead for the first time in this contest. It's a 3-1 score. For the Knights, it's the top of the order, Trenton Nash, to start off here. He walked and scored the only run for the Knights in the ball game thus far. Hutchins still on the bump, as he settled in after a rough first inning, took him down 1-2-3 in the second. Nash, guys, one foul back behind us again. He's got an 0-2 count. Nash, a senior from Rex, Georgia. 6'1", 190. Again, no official at-bats for him so far in this contest. Stolen base attempts. He's got a trio in 5 tries. Looks to be third on the squad. Middle Georgia, not much for the stolen base, 31 as a team. 1-2 the count here. Nope, 2-2 the count. As the Bobcats get things going defensively here in the third. There's a call, strike 3. Hudgens caught him looking for out number 1 here in the third.
Up to that first baseman, Robbie Hanlon the third.
And that is the second strikeout of the game for Hudgens. So Robbie Hanlon, the first baseman, he's got a single. 1 for 1 today. He takes a first pitch strike. Hanlon, another senior, 5'10", 190 from Dade City, Florida, and Pasco High School. The 0-1 is yanked through the left side. That's going to be another hit for Hanlon, as he is now 2 for 2 with a pair of rips.
Up to that third baseman, Blake Jackson.
1-out single gives us Blake Jackson. Jackson grounded into a double play in the first that kind of quieted down the hot start for the Knights. So he's 0 for 1. Jackson, another senior. This one from Warner Robins, so right near Middle Georgia. And that one misses. No, going to grab the outside corner for a strike. Bent that slider right in there and got a piece of the zone. Short lead for Hanlon at first. Couple of stolen bases for him in 2 tries. This one lifted back behind the plate, and Holloway gives chase. It'll get up on the hill around the softball squad. Got a couple members of GC softball here in attendance, as the sports squads here at Georgia College do such a good job of supporting each other. Swung on and fouled back. I think that one's going to get out of play as well. Yes, giving chase is Womack, but that's going to land in between fields here on the right side. Oh, 2 the count here for Blake Jackson. And that's a called strike 3. So Hudgens has 3 strikeouts now, and all 3 have been looking.
Up to that left fielder, Zach Cornell.
Zach Cornell will bat now. He singled in his first trip, drove in a run. His 28th RBI of the season. First pitch swing, and he chops it to Eric Furphy over there at first base, just barely in fair territory and right at the bag. Had to take all of about 1 step to step on the bag there for out number 3. So a single comes empty for Middle Georgia. We will go to the bottom of the third, GC 3. And Middle Georgia 1. We'll be right back with more on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Cal Gentry to lead things off in the bottom of the third for the Bobcats. He walked, so no official at-bats for him today. That pitch came inside, almost caught him on the back foot. I think that was the second toss. Nope, it's just a 1-0. Okay, 2-0. 2-0 here to Cal Gentry. Gentry from Perry and Perry high. And a 2-0 pitch is on the lower part of the zone. Going to be 2-1. Bobcat Jr. yanks this one up the middle. That'll scoot through for a single. Cal's at his best when he's sending them right back up the middle. And that's a leadoff single here in the third. Sixth hit of the ball game for GC. Wesley Womack at the plate. He flew out to the shortstop in his first trip. Monroe, Georgia native. And a transfer from, I believe, Georgia Perimeter, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that is correct. Redshirted a season there, then came to GC. Former Peach Belt Freshman of the Year, a couple-time All-Conference, and even pulled in All-Region honors last year in the outfield. Returning here for his senior season. Has battled injuries a little bit here, as he has only played in 21 ball games so far. With runners on base so far this year, Womack coming into the ball game was 16 for 41, a 391 average. And with runners in scoring position, he was hitting 348, 8 of 23. Got a balk call on Rentz, as that'll move Gentry up to second base. And Womack's back in there. No count for him. Haven't had a pitch yet. So Gentry at second. Scoring position now for Womack. Off the end of the bat, foul. Going to get up on the hill here. It's 0-1 for Wesley. Gentry gets his lead at second. The 0-1 is again off the end of the bat. A little cue shot there in foul territory. So 0-2 now for Womack. Bobcats fell behind early, gave up a run in the top of the first to the Knights, but then responded in the bottom of the second with 5 total hits, including a pair of doubles, to bring in 3 runs. Hit batsman there.
Up to bat, third baseman Garrett Green.
As Womack will head down to first base now. And Garrett Green will take to the plate. Green flew out to center field, so he's 0 for 1 today. And a chance to really break this thing open here in the bottom of the third with a hit. Nobody out, and runners on first and second. Green squares to bunt. I think he got a piece of it foul. Tipped it right off the plate back to the fence to start out 0-1. Dalton Rentz laboring here a little bit, but nothing working for the Knights in the pen. Tip foul again, and Green can't get the bunt down. So that's probably going to wipe it off here with 2 strikes. Green with just 1 sacrifice bunt on the season so far. Bobcats with 10 as a team. And now he's going to have to swing away to make something happen. Got to think about that productive out at least. Can you get the runners over? Something to the right side maybe. Outside backhand snagged there by Beasley. Goodness. Saved in advance of the runs there for sure. Green on the season with runners in scoring position hits .306 with runners on base overall a .387 average. The pitch. Low and away, and that's 2-2 now for the Bobcats senior. Georgia College 5-5 in their last 10 ball games. Green over that stretch a .326 average with 3 driven in. Swung on, hit to left field, and Cornell on the run. He's fading back. He does grab it. Able to advance on the play is Gentry. Another nice catch there by Cornell. Kind of took an awkward angle at the ball, but was able to make that last-minute correction. So runners on the corners now. For the designated hitter, Will Hudgens. Hudgens doubled. In his previous at-bat, he scored a run. Hudgens from Dunwoody and a transfer from Division I Georgia Southern. Got 2 former Eagles in the starting lineup today. As Hudgens and the man on deck, Furphy. Set here, the pitch to him. Cut on and missed. Looked like a breaking pitch just off the outside edge. Hudgens with runners in scoring position at .292. With runners on overall, a .333 average. That wild pitch will allow the run to come in. So the Bobcats now lead at 4-1 off the wild offer. And checking into second base now is Womack for Hudgens. Pitcher gets something going with Ernest out there in the Middle Georgia pen. Looks like something in the early teens. Might be Alex Snyder, if I have a guess. Chop to third base. Going to be a tough play at first. Nice job there on both ends. Had a tough job tracking it down by Jackson. The throw was a little bit up the first baseline, and Hanlon able to catch it and then get out of the way of Hudgens on that putout. 2 down, and a runner on third for Eric Furphy. Furphy flew out to left with a hot shot in the second. But can he come through here with 2 down? Furphy 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position. That's 182. With runners on, 267 the average. Breaking pitch stays up and in for ball 1. Eric cracking the lineup today, the senior from Suwanee, Georgia. He comes from Wake Tech Community College. Also played a season at Georgia Southern. 1-0, chopped foul just up over the head of Womack as he gets his lead off at third base. So 1 of each now, 1-1 count. We're in the bottom of the third. Georgia College up 4-1. 4 runs on, 6 hits, no errors for GC. For Middle Georgia, it's 1 run, 3 hits, and 1 error. Long look in here, and square to bunt. Going to pull it back. It's going to go wild again. And here comes Womack to score. What do you think there, Will? Was that catchable? That was borderline. I don't think it was in the dirt, was it? Okay, that's got to be a pass ball then, right, buddy? Okay, so I think that's going to make that run unearned. as Womack comes in on the pass ball. So Furphy bats now with a 2-1 count, and the base is empty. Bobcats up 5-1. Chop to third. This is Jackson again. He's been busy this inning. Low throw this time, though. That's going to be an error on the third baseman. It kicks away up the first base line into right field, and Furphy able to take second base on the air.
Up to bat, left fielder Shane Conahan.
So the second error of the ball came from Middle Georgia, puts a guy in scoring position for Shane Conahan. Conahan with a single and an RBI and a run scored. Shane takes a look at one for a ball low. Senior from Beaver Springs, Pennsylvania. And again, most recently transferring in from Elon U. Rentz comes set, takes a look at Furphy at second. The 1-0 is tipped foul back behind us. Actually caught by the netting here in front. Oop, just lost my pen. It is a blustery day here. We got a wind blowing right in at us, just about starching that flag on the pole here to our right. It's not a lot of wind, but it just picks up every once in a while, blows things around here in the press box. Up and away. Not sure how it's affecting things on the field, though. Haven't really seen it come into play too much. Although there were a couple of balls to left that appeared like they were a bit hotter off the bat that Cornell was able to track down. I thought for sure we were going to get up over his head. I was giving Cornell all the credit on those, though, as he did a great job with a couple of leaping grabs. Saved some runs early on. Conahan with a 2-1. Here it comes. Swung on and hit through the right side again. Another single. Going to try and bring Furphy to the plate. The throw cut off and held there. It'll be a run scored. Bobcats are up 6-1 now. RBI single for Conahan. That is his second ribby on a single for today and 2 at-bats. He is up to 8 runs batted in now on the season. (6-1) to score, and here comes a slow walk from the Knights head coach, and we're going to make a pitching change. So our first call to the bullpen, the Innovation Station call to the pen. We'll bring in a new pitcher. We will be right back with information on them in just a moment. All right, folks, we're back to it here as Cam Bailey is the new pitcher, a freshman, 5'8", 160 from, is it Louisville or Louisville in Georgia? How do they pronounce it? Louisville or Louisville? How do they pronounce it in Georgia? Louisville? Okay, so just like the Kentucky city, I wasn't sure if it was pronounced the same way. I know you guys like to pronounce things kind of screwy in Houston County and all that sort of stuff. So, all right, so we're going to go with Louisville. Louisville, Georgia for him. And let's see, any numbers on Bailey. Cam Bailey, okay, he's making his 7th appearance all in relief, no record, and a 3.60 ERA. 10 innings pitched, 9 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, and a first pitch strike there. He's got 6 walks and 14 strikeouts, so a good job missing bats for Bailey. Opponent's hitting .220 against him. Runner goes, and it's tipped foul there at the plate. This Jason Cook. Cook was a double in his first trip. He drove in a run with that double, also scored a run. Took a low inside pitch and yanked it into the left field corner. See what happens here on this 0-2. Runner goes again, and it misses low and inside. Stolen base there for Conahan. And that gives him 2 for 2 on the year. And a runner in scoring position now for Cook as he takes a look at another one outside. Deuces Wild here again at John Kurtz Field. Cook, a .333 hitter with runners in scoring position coming into the ballgame. 11 for 33, and he takes a look at strike 3 there, and he knew it. Final out of the inning. And the Bobcats pick up, gosh, what is it, 3 runs on just 2 hits, an error, and they leave 1 out there. Bobcats double their lead. It's 6-1 now here after 3. We'll be right back.
We're here.
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
As we get back to action here at John Kurtz Field, it is the Spring Fling. It's Dr. Dorman's picnic out here on West Campus for faculty and staff. Got quite the trio right there, including a Georgia College legend and Mo Smith. He's a women's basketball head coach here at GC. He has 2 degrees from Georgia College as well. That guy bleeds blue and green right there. None better than Coach Mo. Pitch taken for a strike. As this is the lefty batter, Rookard, the center fielder. This one skied. Right center. Womack or Hill? Looks like it's going to be Hill as he grabs that one for out number 1. So Rookard retired there, and that brings up Gunnar Sellers.
Up to that, designated hitter Gunnar
Sellers flew out to right to end the first. Big burly fellow in that right-hand batter's box is Sellers. He's a designated hitter here today. And he takes a ball there. Sellers, a senior, 5'11", 200 from Surrency, Georgia, and Appling County High School. Chops that one to short. Looked like a 2-hopper maybe to Cook, and 1 hops the throw. Furphy coming up with it. Not looking bad over there for the first time at first base. 2 quick outs for Dayton Beasley, the catcher. Baisley, senior. There's a bunch of seniors in this lineup here. It's all juniors and seniors. Quite a few on the roster. Beasley, 5'10", 205 from Jessup, Georgia. Big cut and a miss for him. Beasley 0 for 1, a fly to center in his lone at bat. Kyle Lacurdo warming up in the Bobcat bullpen as Hudgens has done a good job settling in here. Had a rough go in that first inning. Gave up one run on a couple of hits, but since then it's been pretty quiet. This one hit to left and fading toward the left field line is Shane Conahan. He will have no trouble with that one. Squeezing it for out number 3. So Hudgens looking sharp. Settled right in as he set down, it's like 9 of the last 10. Yeah, just one hit over his last trip through the lineup. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th, 6-1 Georgia College. We'll be right back on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
As we return to action in the bottom of the 4th, it's the first full inning for the reliever Cam Bailey. And he's going to battle the top of the lineup. Hill, Holloway, and Gentry due up. Cam Hill 1 for 2, got a single, an RBI. Both of those coming in his last at bat. Again, breezy day here at John Kurtz Field. That flag is blowing right at the press box, just straight in from center field. Hill facing Bailey for the first time, and he takes a strike. Hill, the speedster in center field. Again, Peach Belt Freshman of the Week this week. Congratulations, Cam. Low and inside there, and that's a 1-1 count. As Cam almost pulled the trigger on him, was able to hold up. Got a few ball games in Peach Belt Conference play. Also, the golf squad is in action at the Bearcat Classic. Not sure if that has wrapped up yet. Looks like it might have. One and two the count here for Hill. Cut on and missed, and he goes down on strikes. So 2 batters and 2 strikeouts for Bailey since he's entered. 1 down for Holloway with the bases empty. Holloway today, 1 for 2. He singled in his last at bat. Prior to that, a fly to center. And that one misses low and away. Bounces up there again. Got a 2-0 count for Holloway. Nice hitter's count here for a hitter. Set from Bailey, working from the set with the bases empty, and fires a fastball on the outside black. Kick and the fire, and that one misses high. 3-1 now the count. Bit later start for all the other games in the Peach Belt Conference. 6 o'clock first pitch for everything else other than us. So no action underway as of yet as this one fouled back behind us. But West Georgia at Georgia Southwestern, Flagler at Florida Tech. Got Lander at Belmont Abbey, Augusta at Newberry. That should be a good one. Newberry is really hot right now. I think they got into the 20s in the national rankings. UNC Pembroke at Wingate as well to round out the schedule in the Peach Belt Conference. This is lifted to right as Holloway is retired on a running grab by McGlamry out there. 2 down, bases empty for Gentry. For Georgia College Golf, they were playing at the Bearcat Classic in Greenwood, South Carolina. The team took 18th place out of 22 teams. And our leader was Daniel Davis at 23rd overall. The team title went to Lincoln Memorial. I believe the number 11 team in the country is Lincoln Memorial. They also had the individual medalist at Dan Bradbury. It was his name. So that's your out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by the Pickle Barrel Cafe and Sports Pub. Make sure you head on over there after the game. Got those beer-battered fries, and what I really like is the rolls they have on their burgers, that bread there at Pickle Barrel. You eat there much, Sean? Been to Pickle Barrel? I like that place. Of course, you can get the cheesesteaks as well. Bob has spent some time in Philadelphia area learning the ways of the cheesesteak, and it shows. Old Bob Jaworski and the gang over there at the Pickle Barrel. 1-2 the count for Cal Gentry. Bobcat second baseman, 1 for 1 officially. He's also walked. This one hit well, and it's going to get through up the middle. Just like his last hit, that one was right over the pitcher's mound. This one past the glove of a diving Nash at second base. 2-out single. And he is now 2 for 2. Wesley Womack at the plate. 0 for 1 officially with a fly out. Also got hit by a pitch and scored a run. Bobcats got a righty warming up now. Some long toss over there for Ashton Sturgill, I believe. Freshman from Evans. Gentry at first, and the pitch to Womack, and it grabs the outside half. Gentry, I believe our leading stolen base guy, at least last I checked he was. 6 of 7 in steals. That is second on the team to Jason Cook, who's 8 of 9. Toss over to first, and rightfully so. Set here, and a pitch from Bailey is a little bit too far outside. Trying to stretch that outside edge on Womack, and he wouldn't offer at it. Nice crowd today with a couple of different things going on. Got the Spring Fling, the President's Picnic here. We've got Zeta Tau Alpha with the sports marketing class as well. Let's put some folks in the stands. Very nice to see. These midweek games aren't typically real well attended. I think maybe the 4 p.m. start also helps, as most classes were finished up by then. But a nice little crowd today. If you count the folks sitting back behind us in the pavilion that are having a picnic. This might be our biggest crowd of the year. 2-1 to count. Runner goes, and the throw is up and away, so it's going to help them out. Did he get him at second? Indeed they did. And that's going to end the inning. So that is a 2-4 on the caught stealing, as that will end the bottom of the fourth. Bobcats get no runs on one hit, no errors, none left. 4 in the books now. Georgia College 6 and Middle Georgia 1. Going to be right back with more on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. All right, folks, we get back to action here at John Kurtz Field, and we got a relief pitcher for the first time for Georgia College. This Innovation Station call to the bullpen brings out Brad Spinner. Innovation Station, your home for all things tech on the Georgia College campus. And Brad Spinner is a lefty. See what we got for him. Making his 14th appearance and a 3-2 record, 4.76 the ERA, 11 and a third innings pitched. He's got 14 hits against him, 10 runs, 6 of them earned, 3 walks, and 14 strikeouts for the junior lefty from Roswell, Georgia. Going to take on Jacob Durant, Bucky McGlamry, and then the top of the order in Trenton Nash. First delivery is in there for a strike. Swung on and missed by Durant. And it's 0-2. So the spin man takes over now. 4 strong innings for Hudgens, though. Gave up 1 run, 3 hits. There's a cut on and miss there for Durant for the strikeout. Looks like I got him for 3 strikeouts and 2 walks. That's the longest he's pitched in any outing this year. So in his collegiate career as well. One down. And Bucky McGlamry at the plate, the right fielder, takes a first pitch ball. Lefty-lefty matchup working in Georgia College's favor here. Squares to bunt, gets it down, going to go foul. Spinner. The set and a 1-1 delivery with a breaking pitch there and out in front of it, fouling it back and out of play. So 1-2 here. As I was talking with Coach Heller before the ball game, he said he was going to break up the contest a little bit. I think he got a little bit more out of Hudgens than he thought he was going to. Got 4 innings. Swung on a miss there as home plate umpire says he did go around on the check swing. So 2 batters and 2 strikeouts for Brad Spinner here. Good start to the relief outing for the junior. We'll go back to the top of the order. Trenton Nash up now. Nash, a walk and a strikeout in his 2 trips, so he's 0 for 1. Pitch taken for a ball high. Delivery in there, took a lot off of it. And it's in there for a strike. Well, with the breaking pitch there. And it looked like it froze him. 1-1 pitch. And that's a strike. Going to be 2. And Spinner 1 strike away from striking out the side here. And a way to make an immediate impact here in your relief outing. Still working from the stretch with nobody on the base pass. The 1-2. Caught the outside black. Can I help you? No, just looking. And that is strike number 3. Striking out the side is Spinner. And that ends the 5th. Let's go to the bottom half of the 5th. Got Womack, Green, and Hudgens due up. We'll be right back with that and more here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Change is constant. Technologies, careers, society. Georgia College is not about landing your first job. It's about preparing for success in a changing world. From the moment you step on campus, you have an immediate sense of belonging. At Georgia College, learning takes place all around us. Our students are critical thinkers, ready to graduate to a complex world. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
All right, folks, we're back to action. Got the dance moves on display here. As that is Kyle King doing his best to keep things light over in the third base dugout. My goodness. Ripped through the left side as we're having some fun. We're also having some fun on the field. Wesley Womack snagging himself a single to start off the 5th. Jumping all over that first pitch as he gets a look at Bailey here. So runner on first base for Garrett Green. And Green on the day 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts. So he's looking for his first safety of the day. Bobcats up to 9 hits as a squad after that single. Green, right-hand batter against the righty Bailey. Kicks off the plate there. Another good stop by the catcher, Beasley, as he has been very active back there behind the plate. A couple of wild pitches, but had plenty more opportunities to have one kick by on him. Swung on, sent to short. This could be two. To second for one, on to first. Got him. Just by about a half a step there. I'm not real sure how close that one was. But Green with the 6-4-3. That's Durant, Nash to Hanlon.
Up to bat, designated hitter Will Hudgens.
And the bases are empty now with two down. Hudgens at the plate. He's 1 for 2, a double. And a run scored in his first at bat. His second at bat brought a ground out to third base. Pitch. Breaking pitch, snaps into the zone on Hudgens, and he'll start off 0-1. The kick and the fire gonna miss just outside. 1-1 to count. Tried another breaking pitch inside to snap into the zone, but it wouldn't get enough movement. 2-1 now the count to the senior from Dunwoody. I say senior, it's his eligibility senior-wise, as Hudgens cuts and misses on that one. But he already has his degree from Southern. And now I believe he's working on some postgraduate work here at in Milledgeville. Deuce is wild, and it catches the outside black for a called strike 3. So 2 strikeouts now, 3 actually for Bailey. And that one ends the 5th. After 5 now, Georgia College up 6-1 here at John Kurtz Field. We'll be right back with more. So we will move on now to the top of the 6th. This game's buzzing right along. As soon as I say that, kiss of death. My goodness, why did I do that? I've been scoring ball games and been around ball games for how many umpteen years now, and I got to know better. My goodness. Robbie Hanlon, the third, the first baseman. A couple of singles for him. He's 2 for 2. Breaking pitch there for Spinner. And he fires a strike, and it's 0-2 for Hanlon here. Got the lefty-lefty matchup. Spinner's got to be tough on lefties with this. I think it's a slider. It looks to be too fast to be a curveball, but it's a good one. Lots of movement. Snaps one outside. Try to get him to fish at that one. It's 1-2. Sturgill still warming up in the Georgia College pen. Might see him next inning. We'll see. Well, we got some action for the Knights as well. Looks like another righty getting warm there. This is to the right side, and it's going to be gloved on the run there by Cal Gentry. Sinking liner that could have been trouble down in the corner, and he had just enough room to get underneath it.
Up next to bat, third baseman Blake Jackson.
So the line out to Cal at second base is out number 1 for Blake Jackson. Jackson 0 for 2. He grounded into a double play and struck out looking. Set here. Pitch misses low. Bounce a pitch up there to Jackson. I think we got a 2-1 count now, guys. 6 runs on 9 hits, no errors for GC. For Middle Georgia, it is 1 run on 3 hits and 2 miscues. The 3 hits for Middle Georgia is that breaking pitch misses high, 3-1. They had 2 of them in the very first inning. As part of that hot start, but a ground ball double play helped get GC out of a little bit of damage before the first run came across. But it sort of limited things to that single number in the first. Last pitch is strike for Jackson, so the count runs full here to the ninth third baseman. The kick and the fire. Cut on a miss. And down on strikes goes Jackson. Look at that, 4 strikeouts
Up to bat, left fielder Zach Cornell.
for Spinner here. He's gone an inning and 2/3, so just 5 total outs, and 4 of them have been Ks. Zach Cornell, the left fielder, is up now. Cornell with 1 hit in 2 at-bats. That first pitch misses for a ball. He singled home a run in the first and then grounded out to the first baseman in the third. Spinner with the 1-0. Tried that breaking pitch at the hip to snap in the zone, and it didn't quite get there. 2-0. Kick and a fire from Spinner. Misses low. No, going to grab the zone. 2-1. Thought it just missed, but he did grab it. Jacob Hester warming up now for the Bobcats as well. So it's Sturgill and Hester as we go double barrel into the Georgia College bullpen. 3-1 now the count. Spinner delivers, cut on and missed, and the count will run full. Swung himself out of his helmet there just about. Middle Georgia's got a pitcher warming up as well. Looks like 26 on his jersey, but that's listed as a lefty, so maybe I got the wrong number there. Payoff pitch is rolled up the middle. That's Jason Cook, the shortstop, all the way on the second base side of the bag. We had the shift on, and it comes up right there for out number 3. 1, 2, 3. There you go. As the Bobcats have now set down 11 in a row. 11 in a row. Good little stretch here for GC. So we'll move to the bottom of the 6th. We'll have a new pitcher to tell you about when we come back. We'll be right back on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
As we get back to action again, it's spring fling out here at John Kurtz Field, and there's University President Dr. Steve Dorman in attendance. Big supporter of the athletic programs here at GC, with evenings like this, but plenty of things throughout the year as well. Couldn't ask for a better present from an athletic standpoint, that's for sure. As we get back to action here, it's the bottom of the sixth, and Eric Furphy to lead things off. Furphy 0 for 2. He reached on an error and flew out to left in his 2 at-bats. And he faces a new pitcher. What did we say this guy's name was? Had to look him up on the lineup card. Shane Tucker. So Tucker takes over here in the bottom of the sixth, with Furphy at the plate. Looks like a 2-0 count. And this is skied to the right side. Will get down to right center for a hit. Furphy makes a strong turn, but it's cut off there by the center fielder Rookard, so it'll be a single for Eric Furphy. All right, so if this is Tucker, numbers on him, he's making his 3rd appearance, no record, 4.91 the ERA, 3 2/3 innings pitched. He's got 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 5 walks and 1 strikeout. Opponent's hitting .300 against the junior right-hander from McDonough, Georgia, and a transfer from UGA. Okay, Union Grove High School and a transfer from UGA. Up and away to start him off as Conahan's at the plate, having himself a great day. 2 for 2, a couple of singles, 2 RBI, a run scored, a stolen base. A little bit of everything for old Shane today. Now he's going to try a bunt, and it's going to trickle foul down the third baseline. Late square on that. Not sure that was an attempt of a sacrifice, more as a hit, as the third baseman played a bit far back. One and one here for Shane Conahan. Two and one to count here for the senior from Pennsylvania. I believe near the Penn State area is the part of Pennsylvania that he's from. This is yanked to the right side, and Nash comes up with it. Runner was going on the play, so they can't pick up 2. But they do get the out at first. 1 down for Jason Cook. Bottom half of the 6th inning. One out here, and runner in scoring position for Cook. Cook is 1 for 2 with an RBI double, a run scored. His last at bat, though, a strikeout looking. First pitch swinging, and it's sliced back behind us here. Cook from Smyrna, Georgia. And a transfer from Chattahoochee Valley Community College. Got time called at second. It looks like we're going to get a pinch runner. That's number 4, Cassius Young, checking in at second base. So we will get a pinch runner here, a substitution for Furphy. So Eric will see his day come to a close. He finishes up at 1 for 3 with a run scored and a single.
Coming in for the Bobcats, pinch runner number 4, Cassius Young.
So Young is at second base. I assume he will stay in the ball game and probably play first for Furphy as well. We'll see in the top of the 7th. The pitch. Swung on and pulled to third base. Hops up. Tough play there as that last bounce went up into Jackson's breadbasket there. And a nice play for out number 2. It was right in front of Young, so he couldn't advance on it. So it's 2 down, and that runner stays on second for Cassius Young, or Cam Hill, should say. Cam Hill got him 1 for 3 today. Single, an RBI. As that ball smothered in the dirt out in front. Last at bat for Hill was a strikeout in the 4th. Slices this one left side, and it will get out of play in foul territory. Out near the bullpen for the Cats. First ball game of a pretty busy week in Georgia College athletics, as we got all sorts of action happening for you this weekend. Friday night baseball, Saturday going to go triple barrel. We got baseball, softball, and tennis all at home. And then Sunday, senior day for tennis is their final home game already here. And we aren't even in April yet. Rolled to the right side, and Hill is retired on the ground out for out number 3. So the leadoff single comes for naught, and 6 total in books now. Georgia College up 6-1. It's gotten quiet as of late. I'd like to see the bats come alive again here, as this is still a pretty close ball game at 6-1. We'll be right back with more here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Hey, Banks. Have a seat and let me make you uncomfortable. Up those grades, son, or the only position you'll be playing in college is sitting on me. You're still awake? Have a seat on old Mr. Bench. At least your buns will fall asleep.
Is this the one about the high school hotshot who gets benched in college?
Hey, Manti, move down.
It's a tearjerker!
Okay, folks, so back to it. Got a new inning, and it brings a new pitcher for Georgia College. Here, the top of the 7th is going to belong to Jacob Hester. So, spinner. His day comes to a close, and what a day it was. He went 2 innings with 4 strikeouts, no walks, no runs, no hits. Nice job, Brad Spinner. So, new pitcher Hester will take on MJ Rookard, the center fielder for Middle Georgia. Taking a look at Jacob Hester's numbers. 4-0, or 5th appearance for him. He's got no record and a 2.70 ERA. 3 1/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .286 against the lefty. Jacob Hester. First pitch swinging, and it's skied to right. Womack in, then back, and now he's got it for out number 1. Hester, a freshman lefty, 6'2", 190 from Marietta, and a transfer from Mercer over in Macon. Division I program there. He redshirted a season. And now time called as Kane Keith goes out to the bump. That might be it for Hester. Okay, so we really are going to break up the rest of this ball game, folks. Looks like we're going to get another new pitcher. We will take a break and tell you about the new hurler in just a moment. We'll be right back.
What you've gained as a student will be just as important to you as what you did as a player. As long as you know that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable, there's no failure. Success on 3.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Okay, folks, new right-hander for Georgia College, Aston Sturgill. Sturgill on the year, making his second appearance. He's got no record and a 13.50 ERA. 2/3 of an innings pitched, 3 hits for him. 1 run, it was earned, no walks, and a strikeout. Opponent's hitting .600 against the righty Sturgill. Ashton Sturgill, a freshman, 6'2", 170, from Evans, Georgia, and Evans High. So Sturgill comes in here to take on Gunnar Sellers, the designated hitter. And potentially Dayton Beasley after him, unless we're going to throw some more arms out there. So this is Gunnar Sellers. Sellers is 0 for 2, a fly to right and a ground out to shortstop. Sturgill, the sidewinding right-hander. Toes the rubber, working from the stretch with nobody on. Here comes, and it's tip foul off the lead foot of Sellers there. Didn't get a chance to mention it, but Cassius Young, of course, does stay in over at first base, as he came in as a pinch runner for Furphy. Oh, 1 delivery. Just outside, 1-1 for him. Of course, that horizontal movement for the sidearm delivery. We'll see that pitch trickle outside a little bit from time to time. Here comes the 1-1. Inside on him, jammed him, and it's fouled off. Last trip up for Sellers, he grounded out to Cook. Over at shortstop. 1-2, and just off the outside edge. A little bit low as well. So yes, full week of action here for Georgia College Athletics, as we'll have plenty to bring to you this week. Check out all the action at our various fields on campus, or you can follow a lot of it right here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Tip foul, and it's 2-2 still. So Sturgill comes set. Trying to retire Sellers here, and he misses with a fastball up and away. Payoff pitch on the way. It's yanked foul again. More baseballs on the way for our home plate umpire. Georgia College fell behind in the first, gave up a run in the top half. Answered finally in the second with a 3-spot. Getting an RBI single from Shane Conahan, an RBI double from Cook, and then another RBI single from Hill. Bobcats doubled the advantage in the third with 3 more runs across. One came in on a wild pitch, another on a pass ball, and then the third run, another RBI single from Shane Conahan. He had RBI hits in consecutive innings. Yanked to short again. Cook throwing on the move, and it's right on target for out number 1. Check that, out number 2. Forgot about the pitch and change. So 2 down for Dayton Beasley. Beasley, a couple of flyouts today. 1 to center and 1 to left. Sturgill comes set, the delivery. Nice fading pitch there. Looked like a changeup maybe as he got the big fella Beasley out in front. Dayton's got the protective piece on the front of his batting helmet. Keep the face covered up a little bit. This is to the right side, rolled to second base, and Gentry comes up with it. 4-3 goes the put out, and we're done in the top of the seventh. Going to be stretch time here at John Kurtz Field as the Bobcats lead it 6-1. We'll be right back.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Okay, folks, let's get back to action. Bottom of the seventh, going to bring a new pitcher in for Middle Georgia, as it is number 12, Alex Snyder, the junior, will take to the mound. And Snyder, okay, what do we got on him?
Bobcats number 11, Jay Saunders.
Alex Snyder making his 9th appearance, a 3-1 record, a 6 even ERA. 30 innings pitched, 38 hits, 22 runs. 20 of them earned, 15 walks, and 25 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .319. Also got a change for the Bobcats, as pinch hitter Jay Saunders will enter. Saunders will probably stay in and catch for Holloway. Brings a close to Holloway's day at 1 for 3. 1-0 pitch to Jay is tipped foul at the plate. So Jay had caught a little bit when Holloway was out with an injury, then stayed in afterwards in left field. Got a few starts there as well, and had a little bit of trouble in the last week with the bat. So lost the job there to Conahan, at least for today, as this one is skied to the right side. Wow, that is major league pop up there, as the second baseman comes in finally to get that one. Nash is underneath it. So Saunders flies out, and that brings up Cal Gentry, the Bobcat second baseman. So Gentry having another great day. He's got 2 hits and a walk, as a pitch misses for a ball there. Run scored. So pretty full day here for Gentry. Came inside with a fastball there and missed. Got a 2-0 count here for Cal. Bottom half of the seventh, Georgia College up 6-1. The pitch, low and away. Bobcats got Harrison Veldsma and Bryce Bowen warming up in the bullpen right now. A little lefty-righty action. Okay, and one arm for the Knights is Kendall Marshall, we think. So we might see him as well. Pitch misses outside, going to be a walk here as Gentry keeps his streak going of reaching the bases every trip to the plate. Going to be a good day for the on-base percentage. Got a pinch hitter now for Georgia College as Therese Miller will take over for Womack. So Therese comes in here. He's hitting .273, 15 hits, 10 runs scored, and 11 RBI. Womack's day comes to a close at 1 for 2 as that one's fouled off. Single. Also reached on a hit batsman, scored a run there. So 1 for 2 with a run scored. Got to imagine Miller will probably stay in and play right field as well. They may shuffle Conahan over to right, depending upon what happens the rest of this frame. We will see. Set here. 0-1 is in there for a strike. Miller, another senior for the Cats. He's a transfer from Georgia Southern as well. This one is skied, going to be foul, going to be out of play up on the hill. Set here, the 0-2 on the way, cut on a miss, and Miller goes down on strikes. 2 down here in the 7th. And another pinch hitter. Casey Brown.
Up to that, number 10, Casey Brown.
Little pinch hit for Garrett Green. Green goes 0 for 3 today. Brown, 175, the batting average. He's got 7 hits, 7 runs scored, a home run, and 8 RBI. Lost the handle on that one. That goes all the way to the backstop. Wild pitch will move Gentry up to second. And a 1-0 count for Brown now. Casey Brown, junior from Rincon, Georgia, and a transfer from South Georgia State College. Set here. 1-0. Bounces off the plate. Going to be a 2-0 count here. Swung on, sent to short. And coming up with a nice throw there is Durant for out number 3. So the Bobcats get a walk, but leave him out there. 7 in the books now. It's Georgia College 6 and Middle Georgia 1. We'll be right back with more on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. Your whole world changes in an instant. That's what happened to me the day my mother had a stroke. I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Protect the ones you love. Spot a stroke fast.
Okay, folks, we move on to the 8th inning. New pitcher for the Bobcats is Harrison Veldsma. Another Innovation Station call to the bullpen. Innovation Station, your home for all things tech on the Georgia College campus. It's in the bottom floor of the library. Got all your cords and dongles and whatever you need with the tech stuff. Go to the Innovation Station. What did I get from them? I just got something recently. I think I bought a laptop off those guys over the summer. That's right, I got a MacBook. Swung on a missed here as Harrison Veldsma, the senior from Marietta, Georgia, takes over. Veldsma, 7 appearances, 4 starts, an 0-1 record, 12.27 ERA, 14 2/3 innings pitched, 29 hits, 22 runs, 20 of them earned, 8 walks and 14 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .397 against the big fella. 0-2 the count for Jacob Durant. Durant with a couple of strikeouts today. One and two now the count. Durant's told a pretty good shortstop here for Middle Georgia today. And a roll one to the right side. The flip to first. That is Gentry to Young.
Up to that right fielder, Buck McGlamley.
All right, so resetting the defense here as we do have those couple of changes. Jay Saunders back behind the plate now after pinch hitting. At third base is Casey Brown. And Therese Miller did take over in right field as well. And so after that out, we will get another new pitcher for GC, as we'll bring in the lefty Bryce Bowen to take on Bucky McGlamry. All right, so we will take a break. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
We often get the question, where does the money go? More than 90% of NCAA revenue supports 89 championships and more than 1,100 member schools that give $2.7 billion in scholarships each year. Look around you. There are more than 450,000 student athletes competing every year, succeeding on the field, in the classroom, and in life. Bottom line, we put our money where our mission is.
Technologies, careers, society, it is impossible to predict the future. The jobs of tomorrow may not even exist today. At Georgia College, you will learn to be a critical thinker, to develop new ideas and out-of-the-box solutions, because those are the kind of lifelong skills you'll need in a rapidly changing world. The way we see it, it's not really about what you know, it's about how you think. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
Okay, folks, we're back to it here as we got a new pitcher for Georgia College. Once again, going to be Bryce Bowen. Bowen on the year, making his 12th appearance, 0-2 record, 4.35 the ERA, 20 2/3 innings pitched, 14 hits against him, 15 runs, 10 earned runs. He's got 12 walks and 28 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .187 against the lefty. Bowen, a sophomore, 6'4", 220. From Elberton, Georgia, and a transfer from Clemson University, Division I, of course, up there in South Carolina. Pitch taken for a strike. To start off with Bucky McGlamry here. McGlamry thought about it, didn't pull the trigger, and it was a ball outside. McGlamry, 0 for 2 today. He's got a ground out to second and a strikeout to his credit. So Veldsma comes in, gets an out, and now turns it over to Bowen. Cut on and missed on that pitch that goes all the way to the backstop. 1-2. The rock and the 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Cut on and missed. And down on strikes goes McGlamry. 2 down here in the 8th as we get back to the top of the order in Trenton Nash. Nash today a walk to start the game, scored the game's first run in the first inning. And then since then has been struck out twice. Both of them looking. One came in the 3rd and then again in the 5th. So Nash officially 0 for 2 today with a run scored. Pitch from Bowen. Fastball misses high. Bobcats got a couple of righties that were warming up. Now they're spectators. Got Colin Lacurdo. And looks like Chris Rowlick out there as well. Cut on and missed again. And a 1-1 count here for Trenton Nash. Nash wide open stance. Kind of stands just about straight up in that batter's box. Here comes the 1-1. Flared foul to the right side. Looks like it will get out of play, indeed. Over on the sidewalk. So Bowen a strike away from getting out of the top of the 8th here. 1-2 pitch. Almost pulled the trigger on it, but was able to hold up his swing was Nash, so it's 2-2. Deuces Wild once again here at John Kurtz Field. And a pitch, fouled flare behind us. 2-2. Bobcats with the first of 4 ball games at home this week. 2-2 pitch. I don't think he checked it that time, and the home plate umpire agrees for a swing and strikeout to end the 8th. 1-2-3 they go. As the relievers have really done a great job here. "17 in a row that Bobcat pitchers have set down now. As that inning comes up empty, we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Georgia College up 6-1. We'll be right back.
Kendall Marshall.
Middle Georgia State goes to the bullpen as well. Got Kendall Marshall in now. Right-hander is making his 7th appearance, 1-1 record at 2.25 ERA. Got 8 innings pitched and 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 6 walks, and 10 strikeouts. Opponents hitting 200 against Marshall. And Matthew Chester will pinch hit for Hudgens as well.
Matthew Chester.
So Matthew Chester will end Hudgens' day. He goes 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. And Chester on the year, 333 average. He's 4 for 12 with 4 runs scored, 2 doubles, and looking for his first RBI of his career. Chester, a freshman, 5'8", 200 from Evans and Greenbrier High. And he takes a pitch for a strike. Chester, an outfielder by trade, looks like he'll probably just stay in this DH slot. With it being the bottom of the 8th, probably will not bat again after this one. Cassius Young on deck. He came in as a pinch runner for Furphy. Came up and in there and off the top of the helmet of Chester. Thank goodness he ducked down a little bit because that was right around neck area. And instead it caroms off the top of the helmet. Let's take another look at that one, guys, as that was a little bit scary. Came with the fastball up. Maybe it would have been the cat bill there, not sure. Jason going to slow that one down for us. And, looks like it went right off the top of the helmet. So the hit batsman is a leadoff base runner for Cassius Young here. Young making his first trip to the plate after coming in. And now we're going to go check on Chester. Here comes David Youngblood, graduate assistant athletic trainer for the Bobcats. As Chester waves his hands like, yeah, I'm fine. But, of course, a little bit of concussion protocol and that sort of thing. Those are always dangerous injuries for athletes. A nationwide attention brought to those injuries. So David's got to check on him here after getting plunked on the helmet. So looks like Chester is fine. He'll stay in the ball game. Gets the thumbs up from David, and so Young will go back to the plate here. Young on the season, was the team's RBI leader until this past weekend, as he's hitting .222 with 20 hits, 16 runs scored, 6 doubles, a home run, and 18 batted in. Inside on the sophomore for ball 1. Young from Atlanta, Marist High. Pitch in here, and it's ripped right past the third baseman, Jackson. Flipped the leather out there, couldn't get to it, and that's a single for Cassius Young. So first and second now for the left fielder, Shane Conahan. Conahan gets to stay in there. As we've got 2 for 3 day for Shane with 2 RBI and a run scored. Stolen base as well. First and second, nobody out. Conahan with 2 RBIs on singles. Another single here would probably play to run. A lot of fireworks early, but it's been quiet over the last about 5 innings or so. Pitch on the outside, Black for a strike. Middle Georgia got the first run in the top of the first. Georgia College with 3 in the second to take the lead. They doubled that run total with 3 more in the third, and then all donuts since. Cut on a missed here by Conahan. And it's 0-2 as he's having trouble adjusting to the new reliever, Marshall. Conahan 2 for 3. His last at bat was a ground out to second base. Marshall with the set. Finally comes set. There we go. A look to second, and the 0-2 is ripped right back, foul to the fence. Georgia College up 6-1. Here in the bottom of the 8th. Looking for maybe a little bit of insurance as we head to the final inning. Marshall, the set, the 0-2. Swung on, lifted, foul back behind us. Oh, 2 count here, nobody out. Runners on first and second. And Marshall comes set again. Here's the delivery. He tried a breaking pitch. Squirted out of his hand there outside. 1-2 now the count. Runners take their lead. Marshall steps off the rubber, and we will regroup here again for a 1-2 delivery. Conahan with that back foot all the way on the back chalk. Deep bend at the knees for the powerful lefty. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on a little bit late on it, and he flares it up on the hill in foul territory. Wow, got a pretty good piece of it as he sends it out to that truck up there. I think that's my boy Scott McCauley, if I'm not mistaken, in that truck. Yep, Scott gets out of the truck. He's going to go track down that foul ball for us. Bus driver to the stars, Scott McCauley. He takes a lot of the baseball trips, and I think by choice. Just loves his team. Bounces up there, going to kick away from the catcher as well. That's a wild pitch. Almost could have picked up 2 bags as the catcher, Beasley, made the initial stop, but then kind of kicked it as he was spinning around and shoved the ball all the way up into the area over by the first base dugout. So a wild pitch. Puts him on second and third with nobody out. Conahan, already 2 RBI on the day. A hit here would probably double that total. 2-2 pitch. Back inside. Wow, good stop there by Beasley. He came out of the crouch quick on that fastball low and in. And a full count for Conahan. See some of the guys starting to get their facial hair back after that shave job in the first weekend. They made a deal with Coach Eller that if they lost 2 ball games in a row, that everybody on the team would be cleanly shaven. This is hit well. Fooled the right fielder McGlamry. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Here comes Chester. He will score. Young will score. And Conahan slides unnecessarily into third base with a triple. How about that? Jumped all over that payoff pitch. And McGlamry got fooled on it as he was frozen for a tick there. Brings in 2 runs, and now Conahan up to 10 RBI on the season. He may be taking over this left field job for good here with a ball game like this. He had a 2-for-2 game in UNC Pembroke. He came in as a reserve. I think it was the last contest of that 3-game set. And Conahan looking sharp here today with 2 singles and a triple. In the last 10 ball games, he's hitting .417 coming into this one. 5 hits, all singles. He's driven in 3 and 3 runs scored before today in the last 10 ball games. Jason Cook at the plate. Cook is 1 for 3, a double with a run scored and an RBI in the second. Since then, a strikeout and a ground out. Still nobody out in this inning. As Beasley flopping around back there behind the plate, having trouble with another low fastball from Marshall. Set here and the 1-0. Bobcats up 8-1 now after the 2-run triple from Conahan. Kick and the fire. Cook right at the third baseman. They got Conahan off the bag. Run down here. That's 5 all by himself. Nicely done. A little foot race was won by the third baseman, Jackson. And Cook will take over first base on the fielder's choice. First out of the inning. Hill takes to the plate. The freshman is 1 for 4. With a single and an RBI. Last trip, though, a ground out. That was in the 6th. Low pitch away, gets away again from the catcher. Was he running before that pitch? I didn't see if he was going or not. All right, so that's going to be a wild pitch then to take Cook to second base. And Hill at the dish. Looks at one up high, and it's a 2-0 count here now for Cam. RBI chance with Cook in scoring position. Middle portion of this ball game got awful quiet for both sides. The pitchers really took over. 2-0 is flared back to the fence, and it's 2-1. But the Bobcat bats have come alive a little bit here. In the bottom of the 8th, provide some insurance. Set from Marshall. The 2-1 is on the way. Here it comes. Right over the top with that looked like a change up there, and that's a 3-1 count. Freshman from Marietta. Cam putting together a pretty good resume. Might make some noise for Freshman of the Year in the conference. 3-1. Inside, ball 4. Of course, the last Freshman of the Year in the PBC for Georgia College is currently a senior and playing right field in Wesley Womack.
Up to that, catcher Jay Saunders.
Jay Saunders, catcher, came in as a pinch hitter in the 7th, flew out there, so this is his second at bat. First one as catcher. And time call. This is the second mound meet, so that's going to mean a new pitcher for Middle Georgia. We'll take a brief break, tell you about the new guy in just a moment. We return to action here at John Kurtz Field. New pitcher for Middle Georgia is Tyler Goddard. Goddard making his 4th appearance, no record, 3.86 the ERA. And Jay Saunders greets him rather rudely with a single through the left side. Coming in to score is Jason Cook. RBI single for Jay Saunders here in the 8th, and it's 9-1 Bobcats. Gentry at the plate. Rest of the numbers for Goddard before that pitch. 2 1/3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned 4 walks and 3 strikeouts. Opponents hitting 143. Goddard sets. And the pitch here. Swung on and lifted to the left side. Going to be the left fielder giving chase on that one. Cornell settles underneath, squeezes for out number 2. Runners stay put, and it brings up Therese Miller, who is now the Bobcat right fielder. Came in as a pinch hitter and struck out. That was an inning ago.
Therese Miller.
2 down in the bottom of the 8th. 3 runs across already for GC. As they finally got back to scoring some runs. First runs to score since the 3rd. Took a big break there, 4 innings worth. Chop to 3rd, that'll get foul. Miller way out in front of, I think, a breaking pitch there. Great day today as we had the President's Picnic, the Spring Fling. Back behind us here for faculty and staff. Got a lot of folks here in attendance. And it looks like quite a few of them have also stuck around. I see some familiar faces out there and up on the hill and in the stands. A little on the cool side now as that breeze continues to blow right up here in the press box. I'm sure the folks on top of the dugouts are feeling that a bit more than I am. One and one, the count here. The set and the delivery. It'll be low for a ball as Miller holds off on it. McDonough, Georgia native, is Therese Miller in his 2nd year with GC. And he'll be honored on senior day as well. Versatile guy, can play some infield and the corner outfield spots as well. 2-1 pitch. Slice to right. Backing and got fooled on that again, did Glambry, but he was able to recover and catch on the move for out number 3. That was hit sharply, but Glambry able to get to it. Bobcats send 8 to the plate, pick up 3 more runs, and now are 3 outs away from a midweek victory over an AIA opponent here, Middle Georgia State University. Going to be 2-3-4 coming up for the Knights in the top of the 9th. And it looks like they'll be taking on a new pitcher as well. We'll tell you about that change and some more when we come back.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
In 42.
Left-hander Luke Scudellary in to start the ninth inning. The freshman from Roswell. Luke is making his fourth appearance. No record, no ERA. He's got one total inning pitched, 2 hits against him, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Opponent's hitting .400 against the lefty, Scudellary. Luke from Roswell and Milton High, 6'1", 190. Robbie Hanlon, the first baseman to start off, and he takes a ball. Hanlon got 2 hits and 3 trips. Couple of singles. Last time up, he lined out to second base. That pitch in there for a strike, 1 of each now. You okay with covering that? Yeah. Hunter, can you jump in there on the scoreboard for Will? Of course I can. At least for a little bit. Low pitch there, and a 2-1 count now. What we got there? 3-1 now? Yep. All right, so a 3-1 count here as Hanlon. They just need base runners as the Knights, so they're probably just trying to get on any means necessary. A walk would help a lot. Flared foul to the left side up on the hill, and the count goes full. We'll set here, and a payoff pitch for Scudellary. Cut on a miss, and Luke picks up a strikeout. A whiff to get Hanlon. And that's Luke Scudellary's first career strikeout right there. Congratulations, Luke, and now looks like we'll make a change. So Scudellary comes in, gets his first career strikeout, and now that will bring up a new pitcher to face Blake Jackson. We'll be back with him in just a moment on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Notify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can.
Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
New pitcher for Georgia College is going to be Colin Licurdo, the senior right-hander. Takes to the bump, maybe for the last 2 outs, or maybe we might see another arm. We'll see. Licurdo making his 16th appearance, 2-0 record, 1.17 ERA. 15 and a third innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 1 walk and no strikeouts. So, wrong. No, sorry. 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 4 walks, and 14 strikeouts. Opponent's hitting .135 against the senior. Licurdo, 6'1", 190 from Kennesaw and Kennesaw Mountain High School. Colin's role has increased considerably here as a senior. As a freshman, he pitched in a couple of ball games, got in a few more as a sophomore, and even more as a junior, just kind of steadily improving his output. And right now, with the 16th appearance this year, that leads the team. Licurdo will face, at least for the time being, Blake Jackson. Jackson is 0 for 3, grounded into a double play, and a pair of strikeouts since. Their last strikeout was in the 6th. Will Licurdo finish things off here, or will we see either Chris Rollick or Perry Keith, who are warming up in the pen now? Lacurdo, always working from the stretch, always working from the first base side of the rubber as well. Got a deep bend at the waist when he comes set. And another one of those submarine sidearm deliveries and misses outside. Curto, long look in. The 1-0 offer. Swung on and lifted to right. Therese Miller back a few steps, and he settles underneath for out number 2. So the fly out makes 2 down here in the 9th. And, yep, sure enough, we're going to get another pitcher. Here comes Kane Keith with the hook in hand. And we're going to throw another arm. Everybody getting some action here in the midweek as getting things ready for the weekend against Florida Tech. Chris Rollick is the guy. The Rhinestone Cowboy will be on in just a moment. We'll be back with more on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. All right, it's the Rhinestone Cowboy Chris Rollick doing here to try and get the last out. Zach Cornell, the opponent. Cornell, 1 for 3 today. He got a single back in the first to drive in a run. Since then, a ground out to first and a ground out to short. Fastball poured in there for a strike. Chris Rollick on the year, making 14 appearances now, a 2-1 record with a 3.09 ERA. Up and away, and 1-1 now the count. Lefty batter here, Cornell, against the righty Rollick. Rollick, a tall one, 6'6", 215, comes inside and misses for a 2-1 count. Peers over the mitt, has what he wants. A 2-1 is low and inside, but swung on and missed. And now the Knights are down to their last strike here on a Deuces Wild at John Kurtz Field. The wind and the 2-2 swung on and laced foul back to the left side. Off the netting here as it kicks back on the field. So we'll go 2-2 again here for Cornell. Blustery day here at the Kurtz. 2-2 pitch. There's a pitch that squirts out of the side of the hand of Rollick all the way back to the backstop. The count is full now. The kick and the fire. Low and inside, ball 4. So Rowlick walks him. And that ends a streak for the Georgia College pitching staff, as multiple relievers had combined here to set down 19 batters in a row over the course of this ball game. Since the 3rd inning, they had been set down in order up until that walk right there. Rooker, the center fielder, is up now. He takes a ball low. A walk, fly to center, and a fly to right, so 0 for 2 is Rooker. Set here. 1-0 pitch. Low and outside, make that 2-0. Rooker going to be patient here after the walk, probably. Make Rowlick come across with one. Either that or he'll swing and flare one foul. 2-1 now the count. Knights need some base runners, as they are 8 runs in the hole here at a 9-1 score. Rowlick with the set and a new baseball. A 2-1 pitch on the way. Just misses outside, and another deuces wild. Nope, it's going to be a 3-1 count. Short lead, of course, for Cornell over at first. 3-1 is skied. This could be it. Shallow left field. Conahan calls everybody off. He's got it, and he gloves it for out number 3. So the Bobcats pick up a victory in non-conference play over the Knights of Middle Georgia. 9-1 the final. Georgia College with the win. 9 runs on 13 hits, no errors. For Middle Georgia, it's 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 miscues.
At 6 p.m. against Florida Tech. We hope to see you then. On behalf of the Georgia College Athletic Department and the baseball team in particular,
Bobcats gave up a run in the top of the first, picked up 3 in the second, 3 more in the third, and then it got quiet for a while, but another 3 spot in the bottom of the 8th to finish it off. A 9-1 finish. All right, so looking at this ball game, Georgia College will improve now to 16-12 overall. Middle Georgia falls to 23-8 on the season. The winning pitcher, best reliever of the bunch there, that's going to go to Bradley Spinner. Yeah, Spinner, okay. All right, and Spinner will improve now to 4-2 on the season. The loss will go to the Middle Georgia starter, Dalton Rentz, and Rentz on the season now 2-1. Okay, so that's all the stuff there. Time for the Zaxby's player of the game. That's going to be Shane Conahan. Conahan with 3 hits, and he drove in 4, had a triple, and a run scored as well. Shane Conahan, your Zaxby's player of the game. Okay, so coming up next on the Bobcat Broadcast Network, Friday night, more baseball, 6 p.m., non-conference action against Florida Tech. We will see you then. Thanks for tuning in here once again on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Good night, everybody.